All right, so once you have your clouds and once you have your mountains and the shading and all that, I'm also working off a different document, so it might look a little different than before. You're going to add in some details for the water. So to add some details for the water, we want to make it look kind of like this. And what you're going to do to create kind of this movement of water or maybe reflection on the water or light on the water is add in some rectangles. You're going to grab one of these shapes, grab a rectangle, make it real nice and skinny, about right there. Take away the border color. Let's make this white, right? You can zoom on in and let's make this a little thinner. There you go. Let's make it actually a little bit thicker. There we go. Control C, Control V, and grab and change the width on this. And you can add in a couple more until your design looks, and also use different colors. One other thing you might want to do is copy and paste the first one you've made. So now you have one that you don't have to keep making this shape over again. You want them to be kind of consistent, kind of the same shape. So you can grab these rectangles, keep copying and pasting them. And it's okay if your design goes off the page when you click present. It'll look pretty cool. Or if you save it as a JPEG, it'll look just fine. So don't worry if some of your shapes do end up going off of the page. And so you're going to create some of these rectangles until it looks something kind of like this. All right. After this, what you're going to do is start making the sailboat. To make the sailboat, you're going to grab a shape. You're going to grab this trapezoid. And let's make it about this big right here. I'm going to flip that upside down, hold down Shift to make it flip in smaller increments, or I guess larger increments. Grab this right here, and let's make it about right there. Let's make the border color transparent, make it a dark orange. Let's bring this down so that it lines up with this line right here. Then what we're going to do is I'm actually going to extend this out a little bit, make it a little bit larger. Hit Control C, Control V, line up the trapezoid again, make it a little bit smaller, and change the orange color ever so slightly. So there we have the back of our boat, which we can make this a little bit wider. There you go. I'm pretty happy with that. Now what you're going to do is grab a rectangle, and you're going to make the mast of the ship. That's going to go about right here. You can play around with different widths of your mast. I'll place that right in the center. Then you're going to grab, let's actually make this a little bit darker of a gray. I'm a fan of that. And now you're only needing to add the sails. And after that, you'll be pretty much done with your design. You're going to grab some triangles. Let's make one sail right here. Line it up. Take the color away. Let's make this sail white. Okay, feeling pretty happy with that. I might drag it down a little bit. It's kind of balanced on the horizon line right now. It looks kind of strange. And let's make sure that touches. Zoom on in, get a closer look at this. All right, you can see that the sail is actually off of the mast. Let's drag it on in, there we go. Hit Control C, Control V. I'm now going to flip. Let's go to rotate horizontally. Let's put this on the top. Let's change this to go down a little bit further. There we go. Awesome. Sweet. So here you have kind of a completed version of the mountains, the clouds, the background. Here's my original design. So feel free to play around with the different dimensions. Maybe you want to make your sails a little more thin. You want to bring them in a little bit. Just kind of, play around with it until you come up with a design that you're happy with. And that's about it, folks. So these two videos show how to make a graphic design that we're using called Calming the Storm.